Hello everyone and welcome to this video on the Python programming language and machine learning. So in this video we are going to build a simple machine learning Python program. Now the algorithm that we're going to use for this program is a supervised machine learning algorithm called linear regression, and I hope that you will have a better understanding of Python and or machine learning after watching this video. Now currently I'm on Google's website called colab.research.google.com because it makes it really easy to start programming in Python. So that means that you don't have to install Python into your computer. You could just go to this website and then log in using your Google account and get started writing your Python code. So to get started, the first thing that you're going to want to do is click on File and then click on New Notebook, and a new tab will open up for you and a new cell. Now in this cell, I'm going to put in the description and comments about the program. So again, we're going to build a simple machine learning Python program. All right, next I'm going to create a new cell by clicking this code button in the top left, and now I'm going to import the dependencies. Okay, so from sklearn.model or sklearn.linear underscore model, I'm going to import linear regression. Okay, next I'm going to import random, and then let's run this. Okay, it looks like everything is good, so I'm going to create a new cell, and now I'm going to create two empty lists, one for the feature data set and one for the target data set. And I'm going to create those variables right now. So one will be called feature underscore set, and I'm going to set this equal to an empty list, and the other will be called target underscore set, and I'm going to set that equal to an empty list, and I'm going to run this cell as well. All right, next I'm going to create another cell, and here I plan to get the number of rows, and we'll say the number of rows for the data set for now, and then I put another comment for what else I want to do in this cell. All right, so I'm gonna create a variable called number underscore of underscore rows, and I'm gonna set this equal to 200. So this data set that I'm going to create will have 200 rows of data. Okay, I also want to limit the data, so I'm going to limit the possible values in the data set. Okay, so what does that mean? I'm basically going to create a data set of random values, but I want those values to be limited. I don't want them to go past a specific number. So I'm going to create a variable called random underscore number underscore limit, and I'm going to set this equal to 2000. And then I'm going to run this cell. All right, next I'm going to create a new cell, and now I want to create the data set. So the first thing I need to do is I need to create the feature data set. All right, so for I in range 0 to the number underscore of underscore rows, I'm going to create a variable called x and set it equal to random.randint. And you can think of this as the column. So you can think of x as being the column for the feature data set. So I want a random number from 0 to the random underscore number limit. Okay, so now I'm just going to copy this by highlighting it and using Control C, and I'm going to paste it 2 more times using Control V, and I'm just going to change x to y here and the other x here to z. So now you can think of these as 3 columns in the feature data set, x, y, and z, and they all contain random integer values. All right, so that's good there. Next, I want to create a linear function for the target data set. So I'm going to create a variable called function, and I'm going to set this equal to 10 times x plus 2 times y plus 3 times z. Okay, so that will create the target data set, and then I need to append this data to the list. So I'll put that here. Append the data to the list. All right. So just type feature underscore set dot append, and I'm going to append the values in X, Y, and Z. And then I need to do the same thing for the target data set. So target set dot append, and it's going to append function. Okay. And then if I run this, hopefully there's no errors. It looks good. And now that should have created the data set that I plan on training the model on. So let's create a new cell. And speaking of the model, let's go ahead and create the model. We're going to create the linear regression model. All right. So I'm going to create a variable called model and set it equal to linear regression. And then I'm going to train the model by typing model.fit. And I'm going to train it on this data set that was just created, which is the feature set and the target set. All right, so that looks good. And let's run this. Okay, let's create a new cell. And in this cell, I'm going to create the test data set. So I'm going to create a variable called test underscore set. And this is just to test the model to see how accurate it is. So I'm going to input some values for X, Y, and Z. Now remember that earlier I created the random values for X, Y, and Z, but now I'm going to put in specific values. So I'm going to put in 8 for X. I'm going to put in 10 for Y, and I'm going to put in 0 for Z. So the expected output given X, 10, and 0 as input will be function 8, 10, and 0, which is equal to 10 times 8 plus, let's see, what was the other value I could look up? Oh, it was 2. I know it by heart, actually. It was 2 times 10, and the last one was 3. So 3 times 0 here. Okay, so let's just double check that. So yeah, here I have 10, I have 2, and I have 3. And so here I have 10, I have 2, and I have 3. Okay, and then I have my X here, my Y there, and then my Z there. So if I'm doing my math correctly, this should be equal to 100. All right. So let's see if the model can predict that value. So I'm going to create a variable called prediction and set it equal to model.predict. And I'm going to input the test set. And let's run this. And let's create a new cell. And let's see how well it actually did. So we're going to print prediction. And we're going to see what value the model predicted given that input. And then I also want to print the coefficients. Let's see what the model thinks the coefficients are. So just type type model.coef underscore. Okay, so this should do it. Let's run this. All right, so that looks really, really good. So this is pretty fascinating to me. What we can see here is that the model predicted the value would be 100. And not only did it predict the correct expected output, but it also predicted or figured out the coefficients, which was 10, 10, 2, and 3. So 10, 2, and 3. So I think that's really amazing. So hopefully y'all have a better understanding of machine learning, at least a little bit. I know I didn't create the linear regression model from scratch. That wasn't really the point of this program. It was just to kind of give you a simple, quick video on machine learning. Now, that's basically it. And I hope that you all become subscribers to my channel. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. Maybe others will get to it if I don't. And if you like this video, please share it and hit that like button. And as always, I'll see you all in the next video.